You're watching eBEFOREi Video Reviews. Hello, it's eBEFOREi back, here to give you my thoughts and opinions of what is turning out to be a very controversial figure. This is Transformers First Edition Optimus Prime from the brand new forthcoming movie, Age of Extinction, Transformers 4. This is a leader class figure, and the beauty of this, or, perhaps the detriment of some people, is the fact that it's a simple figure. I mean, here are the instructions. And in 15 steps, let's go through this real quick. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, flip, 8, 9, 10, part, 13, 15. We end up with the truck. From robot to truck in 15 steps. So, is this going to be too simple? Is it something that will appeal just to little kids? Or can an adult collector, or an older kid, such as myself, can we take a figure like this and truly appreciate it for what it is? We'll dive into that here. Let's take a closer look. So he looks like Optimus Prime. He's got the flames and everything. Some nice details throughout, but it's not your typical looking truck. This is very specific for the movie and not something that you're going to pick up at your local Chevy dealer. There's an Autobot symbol kind of built into the chrome. Nice chrome grille. I also love the kind of blue streak going down, no pun intended. Also, if you look in the back in the front window, you kind of see the robot there. Touch on that later. On the side of the truck, you've got the Western Star insignia right there. Flames, two-tone up against the blue. They don't quite match as well as in the past. But it's okay. The tires on this figure are rubber. Not quite as nice feeling rubber as we've seen in some past, like the old Leader Prime from Dark of the Moon. Other than that, plastic on the windows, but translucent window in the front. On the side of the truck, you've got silver in the gas tank of doom, whatever that is. You also have silver in the middle of the smokestacks, but inexplicably not on the tips. That's what you want your chrome to be, right there. That appears behind his head when he transforms. If you turn this thing around to the back, you got some boring gray plastic, a good bit of hollowness. You can put your finger right through to the windshield there. It's not terrible, I suppose. The only hollow bit. On the back, you've got the trailer hitch, and guess what you can put there? No, not Yo Mama. You can actually put the trailer for MP10, the Masterpiece Prime, and it sticks. It's not a real solid, you see it kind of came off there, but for Poseability and just general use case, it fits quite well and displays really nice. And you've got differences in the hubcaps. You can see when I zoom out here, the kind of dark gray on the Age of Extinction Prime and the more chrome for the MP10 trailer. But overall, that is a cool look. Underneath Prime, you've got weapon storage, which is always a good thing. Got some hollowness there too, but the sword fits really nice. It clamps right in, so you can stick his Sword of Doom right there in the clamps. It's actually called the Sword of Judgment. Hate to be judged by that. Now he also comes with the Sentinel Shield. Is it bits of Sentinel Prime? Like American Thanksgiving, no turkey bits go unused. You can take this thing and put it right here in the back for storage. Just kind of, you push it in, just give it a good push, and it's actually a lot sturdier than I'm doing here. It fits in there quite well. And pulling the camera back, you get kind of a better idea of what it looks like on the truck. Let's talk size comparisons. Here he is next to Masterpiece Smokescreen, and this truck is huge. It's really hard to convey how big it is on camera, but there he is next to Transformers Prime Wheeljack. Both deluxe figures there. Wheeljack almost fits on the back there. That's kind of cool. Compared to Masterpiece Optimus Prime MP10, it looks a bit odd from this angle, so let me back these guys up a bit. Alright, so rolling Prime up to the front. So there you can get an idea that, again, this Leader Class Prime for Age of Extinction is just really big. Alright, what are we waiting for? Let's go ahead and get this guy transformed. First thing you want to do is you want to come around and untab these plastic pieces right there. Let's give it a little untab, then pull the whole thing up so that the wheels are facing upward and the little gas tank's pointing down. Now come up underneath the hood, pull it up, and this is on a dual hinge there. You just want to bring it back and collapse it behind the wheels. Now it will snap into place, and it's pretty solid right there. And to show you where it snaps in, you can see that there's a little tab right there, and just give it a push, and it will actually snap, and you know you're in place. Now here's the potential deal killer. I mean, there's a big robot there, because this is actually a bit of a shell former. You see, we're just taking bits of the shell. See his arms back there kind of tucked in. We're going to unfold this guy into a robot. On the side, you've got these plastic bits tabbed into the step there, and you're going to pull that out, and then pull the whole thing out just like that. And you're going to take that piece, and you're going to collapse it in, so it's on a hinge, and you're just going to go ahead and fold that in. Rinse and repeat on the other side. Just pull it out all the way back, and collapse it in like that. Now you want to come back around to the front, separate these legs, and if you look underneath, there's a piece of plastic, a tab that's holding them together. So go ahead and separate that just like this. Then you're going to come and pull another tab out of the step. Just give it your all. Just pull that thing out. And this is kind of a fun bit. You want to pull this back around, rotate it once, put the chrome inside the leg, and collapse the plastic beneath it. We'll do the same thing on the other side. We're just going to put it back, rotate, push in, and you've formed the back of the leg. Now we've straightened out the legs. We're going to pull the arms out, and you do just that. You just pull them straight around. And you can see the very obvious tab. The hips are on an accordion, and you're going to kind of plug that in, pull down the little deal right there. And that's a closer shot of the face. The arms themselves tab into the sides, so we're just going to push that in, and it does snap in, and there you have it. Now the back is going to tab in as well, so it's kind of loose right now. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to get back around to the back. You notice that there's little slots and tabs in the gray, and you're just going to push that into place, and that really solidifies the whole figure from the chest up. And that was 15 steps. So from here, you're ready to take your Prime, stand him up, pose him up. I'm holding the camera back because this is a huge 10-inch tall figure, quite impressive looking. Let's go ahead and zoom in and take a closer look. The head sculpt and upper body are amazing on this guy. I mean, just look at that. Look at the face. Now, he doesn't have the more traditional Optimus Prime covered face mask, but as is, that's one of the best looking head sculpts I've seen on a Prime in a long time. My advanced light piping cam, actually it's just a bright light, but look at the eyes. I mean, this head sculpt is great. Really good light piping. It really brings out the blue in those eyes. Definitely no complaints there. Now you see on this angle the smokestacks, again I wish they would have been chromed up like the rest of the upper body, but it really is a beautiful looking figure as I kind of move this around in the lights. Now there's a ginormous backpack. In fact, let's go ahead and touch on that a bit more now. I'm going to go ahead and zoom back. We'll spin the figure around, and it doesn't look bad, but there's no denying this enormous thing on his back. From the front, it doesn't look bad. From the back, you've got this big panel sitting there. So as you continue to rotate it, again, it kind of almost looks like jetpacks. So not a deal breaker for me, but I know some of you are going to be turned off by this. Now for a comparison, I have him standing next to what some consider the holy grail of leader class Optimus Primes. This is the version from Revenge of the Fallen and also Dark of the Moon, and you can see that the new figure's no slouch. We pull back and magically a new figure's appeared. This is the simplified Voyager Predaking. So again, this Prime stands up really good compared to other large-scale type figures. And we'll add another few here. This is the first edition Optimus Prime from Transformers Prime and Whirl, so you get an idea of what he looks like standing next to two Voyager scale figures. Now let's get into some more details up close. I mean, it's just beautiful. The chrome and all the kind of real shiny look is great. It is plastic. There's no die cast, so you can tap on it. It's kind of hollow, but nice colors up against the kind of dull blue on the shoulder blades and on the the crotch cover. I mean, what else are you gonna call it? Chrome in the legs. The arms are kind of the gray plastic. The red contrast looks nice. Coming down to the feet, you've got more kind of the silver look right there, and the red flames that carry over from truck mode, and that's your side look. The head is not on a ball joint, but you can get some left and right poses out of it. You'd probably even owl him all the way around if you wanted to. There's a cleaner look at the side of his head. Again, no faceplate, but it's one of the best looking sculpts I've seen in a while. So, very neat look to him. Moving on with the rest of articulation, his arm right there, you got a nice swivel, and a ratchet joint right there at the shoulder, swivel at the elbow, and two different points of articulation in the forearm and elbow joint. A part of that is due to transformation. There's no waist swivel. Down on the hip area, on the legs, you can pull them straight out. It's on a dual joint, so you can pull it straight out and spin it. Again, tight ratchets in the knee, ankle pivot, so there's quite a bit of poseability on this figure. Now you can slot the sword, Sword of Judgment, in his hand, and the peg size is not quite standard, but you do have standard on the side of the sword, so kind of an odd mix there. But for working with Optimus Prime, it works fine. You can now take his shield. You can peg that onto his right arm, or he can hold it in his hand, on his left arm, or his left hand. And you can get him posed up in a number of ways this way. Kind of move the camera around here so you can get a better idea. But it looks nice. I think the shield has an impressive size to it. Neat design, almost like flames or energies coming out of it. Sword, too, almost has that glow lightsaber type look. So, pretty neat overall. Now, those looking for shield storage, well, don't. But if you have to, you can open up those back panels, and it does fit in there quite well. You're just going to have a giant winged backpack, but that might not be terrible if you choose to display your Prime that way. So I've broken down the details of this figure. Is it worth your money? This is about a $60 toy on Amazon.com, and as I move my camera around, you be the judge for yourself. I'm not disappointed with this at all. I think it looks really nice. The shell formation, sure, it is a shell former. That's going to turn a lot of you off. But you can't deny that the truck mode looks fantastic. And when you do transform it, even though it's 15 easy steps, you get an impressive looking tall robot out of it, and it's Optimus Prime. So all in all, I'm very happy with this purchase. Thank you again for watching eBEFOREi video reviews. You can watch all of my reviews on my YouTube channel if you're somewhere else right now. It's youtube.com/eBEFOREiNet. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you can do that. I'm at facebook.com/eBEFOREi, and on Twitter, I'm at eBEFOREiNet. I'll be shortly updating my actual website with all of this stuff, and my website is www.ebeforei.net. No more shilling from me. Thanks so much again for watching. We'll see you again real soon.